Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from the Meadowlands Racetrack here on Saturday evening. It is September the 22nd, 2018. I'm going to look at all tonight's races from the Meadowlands, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. So let's get on to it. We have 6 races on tap, so let's start off with the first race, of course. The first race from the Big M, it's the claiming race, purse $14,000. This race for 3-year-olds and upwards, going for a claim price of $6,000 here. Field of 9 horses going to the post, a distance of ground of 1,700 meters, or the distance of ground of 1.16 miles on the Meadowlands lawn, the turf course. Rails at 17 feet tonight, so just keep that in mind. 1,700 meters, 1.16 miles. I showed the diagram, gives me a second to look down at my notes, just bear with me. My top selection here, I like the number 6 horse. The 6 horse, Here's to Mike. Gonna go 6-7-1-8 in the superfecta. 6-7-1-8 super. Top selection of 6 horse, Here's to Mike. 7-year-old gelding by Go for Gin. Jorge Gonzalez is on this one for Jorge Navarro. The horse's most recent outing came the 26th of August at Monmouth, mile 16th and claiming 12.50. The horse finished third by half length. From the back of the pack, he had a little bit of a turn of foot. It wasn't a bad race there, in that class. Before that, the 28th of July at Monmouth, good turf course, mile 16th in a handicap. He finished 4th by 4 lengths there, and again, he just never got the good closing kick, was wide, and it just wasn't the day to win. Those horses were very tough there. And then to Delaware, July the 11th, a mile 70 and a claiming 16, horse won by a half length, sat back early but had a great turn of foot and just took off a very good victory there, stepping down in class from the race before, which came in the Dan Horn locally at Monmouth, where he finished 4th and really had a crap race. He's down to the lowest claiming ranks he's been in his life. I think that's going to be the key to get this horse another victory. I like him a lot. Watch out for him to run a big one, single in the multi-race. So to recap my selections for the opener, the first race in the Meadowlands, gonna go with the 6 horse, Here's to Mike. Gonna go 6-7-1-8 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to Race number 2 from the Meadowlands. It's an allowance race, purse $28,000. This race is for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards. Number 1, a race on the main claim starter or stay-bred restricted race here. Field of 9 horses going the distance of ground of 1,700 meters, with the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16 on the Meadowlands lawn, the turf course. 1,700, mile 16th, and again, the rail's at 17 feet. Top selection in this race, I like the number 2 horse, Heading Home. Gonna go 2-9-8-3 in the superfecta. 2-9-8-3 super. Top selection of 2 horse, Heading Home. 4-year-old filly by Aftermarket. Roberto Rosado is on this one for John Mazza. The horse's most recent outing came the 26th of August at Monmouth, mile 16th allowance race for $50,000. The horse won by 2 lengths. From the inside, this horse stalked early, got the lead, and then he just took off again at the end. It was a very good re-rally there. Good race there. Before that at Monmouth, mile 16 allowance race, start allowance race 20,000, 21st July. The horse finished third by 2 3/4 lengths there, and he just sat stalking most of the race and really couldn't get the good closing kick until late, where he had the lead and then he had nothing left because then he weakened out of it. Wasn't the day to win. And then the 4th of July at Monmouth, 1 mile in the Jersey Girl handicap. The horse finished second by head, was on the lead up until about the stretch run, got caught right on the rail, but ran his heart out there. And then a Monmouth 1 mile allowance race, 41,000. Horse finished second by 1 3/4 lengths. Set the pace, got caught. But I think coming here to the Meadowlands, which is a very speed favoring turf course, I think he has a strong chance of winning. He ran here at the Meadowlands last fall on a mile 16th main 20, where he finished second by a nose. He stalked most of the race, just couldn't get the good closing kick. But he had a very wide post draw, which probably affected his victory. Why he didn't win. But he has a good poster here today. I know it's going to be a chalky early double, but he should run a big one, so watch out. So to recap my selections for the second from the Big M, gonna go with the 2 horse, Heading Home. Gonna go 2-9-8-3 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 3 from the Meadowlands. Beginning of the pick 4, the third race, it's a claiming race, per $16,000. This race is for 3-year-olds and upwards, going for a claim price of $12.50. Field of 9 horses going the distance of ground here of 1,700 meters again, or the distance of ground of 1.16 miles on the Meadowlands lawn, the turf course. 1,700, a mile 16th. Top selection here. I like the number 2 horse Warbond. Gonna go 2-1-6-3 in the superfecta. 2-1-6-3 super. Top selection of 2 horse Warbond. David Canizzo trains as one. Isaac Castillo gets the leg up for this 5-year-old horse by War Frontier. His most recent outing came the 16th of September, last week at Belmont now. Yielding ground, a mile on the 16th and claiming 32. Horse finished 7th by 11.5 lengths. He stalked most of the race and he just couldn't get the good closing kick. I think coming across the Hudson here to the Meadowlands, lesser quality horses, he should really run a major improvement of the race. Also, the dry ground should really help. Before that, Saratoga, the 5th of August, soft ground again, mile 3/16 on the Melon and a claiming 32. The horse finished 5th by 13.5 lengths. He stalked and then he just hit the wall. He couldn't keep up with them. It wasn't the day to win. And then the 1st of June at Belmont, mile and a quarter inner turf course, claiming 32. Horse won by a neck on the lead all throughout. Held on at the end. A very good victory there. You know, they tried this horse staying on the turf course a few times in the last year or so, and you know, he ran well in some parts and other parts not so well. Like a race at Churchill last November, he ran absolutely crap. He finished 7th by 13.5 lengths. He stalked early on after having a horrible start, and then had a horrible trip after stalking. It just wasn't the day to win. But I think here on the quick turnaround, coming to the Meadowlands, 5-1, great odds on this one. You know, I'll take him as a top selection, so watch out. So to recap my selections for the third, I'm going to go with the 2 horse Warbond. I'm going to go 2-1-6-3 in the superfecta. So now let's get on. Race number 4 from the Meadowlands. It's a claiming race. Purse $12,500. Races for 3-year-olds and upwards. Never won 2 races here. Going for a claim price of $7,500. Field of 12 horses. 11 and 12 are also eligible because you can only have a field of 10 with the rails out. Going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters with a distance of ground of 1 mile on the Meadowlands turf course. 1,600, 1 mile. Top selection here. I like the 4 horse Pollock. Gonna go 4-5-8-2 in the superfecta. 4-5-8-2 super. Top selection of 4 horse Pollock. 4-year-old gelding by Tappet here. Album Jimenez gets leg up for Charles Havart's, or Have-8, who trains this one. The horse's most recent outing came the 10th of August at Monmouth. 1 mile claiming 16. The horse finished 3rd by 3 lengths there. Was very wide, but had a decent turn of foot at the end. It wasn't a bad race. I think the step down in class really helped his horse a lot here today. Before that at Monmouth, on a fast mile racetrack, a fast racetrack, 1 mile off the turf, and a claim 20. Can't speak, pardon me, it is almost 4 a.m. now. 20th of July. The horse finished 5th by 33 and a quarter lengths. Stalked early on after a horrible beginning, and then this horse just really weakened out of it. The dirt's not this horse's preferred surface. He loves running on the turf. And then before that on the turf at Monmouth, mile 16th, claiming 16. Horse finished 5th by 2.5 lengths, very wide, and he just couldn't get the good closing kick. He started here at the Meadowlands last year, and he ran a absolutely crappy race against some tougher horses. But I think coming here, you know, step down in class, he has some front-end fashion if he wants to use it, and I think he can get away with it. 9-2. Watch out for this horse. So to recap my selection for the 4th in the Meadowlands, going to go with the 4 horse Pollock. Going to go 4-5-8-2 in the superfecta. Let's get on to race number 5 from the Meadowlands. It's an allowance race, purse $28,000. This race is for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. Never won a race on the main claim starter or state-bred restricted race. Field of 11 horses. The 11 horse, of course, is also eligible, so only 10 could go on the turf course. The distance of ground of 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs on the turf course. 1,000 meters, 5 furlongs. And, you know, this is a decent race here for being the only sprint race of the night. My top selection, I like the 5 horse Sweet Offer. Gonna go 5-2-1-6 in the superfecta. 5-2-1-6 super. Top selection of 5 horse Sweet Offer. 3-year-old filly by Candy Ride. Angel Cerez is on this one for Mark Henning. The horse's most recent outing came the 25th of August at Monmouth. 5.5 furlong main special weight for $37,000. The horse won by 1 3/4 lengths there. You know, he sat mid-pack early on. Good turn of foot at the end. He got the victory at 5-1 off the break. A really good effort there. Before that, the 1st of July at Monmouth, mile 16th, routing in a main special weight, $35,000. First start of the year, he finished 5th by 8.5 lengths. Couldn't keep up with them. Wanted to go early. Jario Rendon, who rode the horse, didn't want to let the horse go. And, you know, just had nothing at the end. It wasn't the day to win. And then at Aqueduct, November the 12th, mile 16th on the outer turf course, main special weight, $60,000. Horse finished 4th by 5 3/4 lengths. Again, was very wide and just weakened out of it. He does his best just running on the front end, and if he could set some easy fractions, I think he could get away with it. This horse, I think, it's a bit of a step down in class from his last few, especially from the New York races, and I think he's in the right race. He wants to spread. He doesn't want to route. At 3-1, watch out for this horse here today. But to tell you the truth, I don't think the horse you're going to see at 3-1 at post time. I have a feeling he's going to go lower. I think you're going to see this horse as the favorite at 2-1, somewhere around there. So watch out for him. But to recap my selection for the fifth run in the Meadowlands, going to go with the 5-horse Sweet Offer. Going to go 5-2-1-6 in the superfecta. Let's get on to race number 6. Race number 6, the nightcap from the Meadowlands. It's a claiming race, purse $15,000. This race is for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, going for a claim price of $8,000 here. Field of 8 horses going the distance of ground of 1,700 meters, with the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16 on the Meadowlands turf course. 1,700, a mile 16th. Top selection, going to go to the outside of the gate here to the 8-horse Queen of Castle. I'm going to go 8-5-2-1 in the superfecta. 8-5-2-1 super. Top selection, 8-horse Queen of Castle. 5-year-old mare by first events here. Chris DiCarlo picks up the mount for Michelle Nevin, singing this one from New York. I have a lot of New York shippers on tonight's card, and I think they're all live. But this horse's most recent outing came 19th of August at Saratoga. Yielding turf course, mile on the inner, and a claim of 25,000. Horse finished 6th by 9 3/4 lengths. He was a part of an entry that day, and he stalked early on wide, and he just couldn't get the good closing kick. It wasn't the day to win off the break. I think here, dropping downs in loads and loads of class, he should really run a lot better. Before that, Ops 40 claimer at Belmont, 1 mile June the 9th. Horse finished 8th by 9 1/4 lengths there, and he just sat most of the race, stalking, and it was just wide, and it just wasn't the day to win, especially off the break. And then the 8th of December at Aqueduct, 1 mile inner turf course, lounge race 57,000 for state breds. The horse, that was the 8th of December at Aqueduct, 1 mile inner turf course, claiming 25, not the allowance race, that was the race before, but claiming race. He finished 10th by 7 1/4 lengths, and he just didn't have the best of trips. He just weakened out of it from a wide post draw. He never saved ground, which cost him there. And then the race before at Aqueduct, 1 mile inner turf course, allowance race 57,000, horseman by 1 3/4 lengths, on lead all throughout. A very good, easy closing kick at the end. He showed ability to run, but it's been a while. But I think, like I said, coming here, step down in class, really like him a lot. 5-2, not the best price. Let's get this horse a victory for Chris DiCarlo, so watch out. So to recap my selection for the 6th from the Meadowlands, going to go with the 8-horse Queen of Castle. Going to go 8-5-2-1 in the superfecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKit5. Good luck, everybody.